Hi, YouTube. Took me a second to figure out which side the camera was on. So I wanted to come on today to actually have kind of a hard conversation. I think I'm going to share some very personal details about my life. So I'm not sure if I want to put this up or not. But I think it's an important video topic. I just finished watching 13 Reasons Why, the second season. And I'm not going to share my thoughts on the controversy about whether or not, a second season should have even been made, whether or not the show is an okay show to be out there, or, whether it's actually promoting kids to possibly self-harm. I don't know. I don't have the answers for that, and I definitely could see, both that it could be helpful for some folks, and then also it could be pretty harmful. But I just finished watching it, and I've been thinking a lot about as a survivor of sexual assault. How that is actually wrapped up in to many of my experiences dating and being in relationships as a fat woman of color. I was kind of taught my worth or my absence thereof at a pretty young age. The summer after my freshman year in college, I was sexually assaulted, and it kind of spurred my behavior, I don't know, for the rest of my college years. I drank a lot, and I was very sexually promiscuous, and I kind of developed a pattern of entering into situations that I think I knew could end up being potentially harmful for me. And I ended up being kind of taken advantage of many, many times, with kind of an underlying mindset that this man is paying attention to me, so I should be happy with that, because I am an ugly fat woman and I have no value. And of course, this isn't a unique story. This is a very common story. And I was thinking about it in relation to 13 Reasons Why. I don't want to give plot points away, but essentially it's very emphasized in the show this season that almost every woman, no matter where they are in their career, how old they are, how young they are, once sexually active, has experiences, encounters that fall along the lines of sexual assault. And, I think we hear the college campus statistics are 1 in 4, 1 in 3, or something like that. And but as we're getting more and more entrenched in this Me Too movement, I think we're expanding what our definition of assault is and what consent really looks like. And so I think that definition is actually expanding. So, it's possible that the many different times in which I was taken advantage of, at this point, I could explain those situations to you and you would maybe call them rape. But 5 or 10 years ago, you wouldn't call them that. And that's not me saying that we're calling everything rape now. It's that we're actually like figuring out for real what actually qualifies as rape, and a lot of things do. So yeah, from a young age, I kind of learned that I had very little value. And my way of coping with things was by drinking a lot and by being involved with taking certain substances, and that also, had me develop a reputation that pretty much that, these were all, like, my fault. Like, I was being very wayward and irresponsible with my life. And in many ways I was. But I don't think that ever gives, people the right to rape you. So, anyway. So I knew my worth and I knew where I stood in the world. And when I got out of college, I entered into, like, a relationship, if you could call it that. That was the first time I had been in, like, a hidden, like, I forget what they call it, like, when you're, like, the fat girlfriend and the guy, like, doesn't want other people to know that you're dating. Like, entered into my first one of those, where this person was very ashamed of me, and commented on my body a lot, and clearly just was only with me to have sex. And, like, I thought it was, like, an actual relationship, and I was in love with him, and he was embarrassed of me, and he wouldn't, like, let anybody know that we were in a relationship. And yeah. So I remember also at that time it was very, like, toxic and substance dependent, because we were both drinking a lot all the time. And I remember, like, one time, like, standing by the L tracks, and him being really worried because I had, like, told somebody that we were together or something. And I looked at him and I was like, who are they gonna believe? Like, you, the person who's, like, funny and, like, everybody likes and, like, has this really great reputation and people think are really smart, or me, like, this person who is kind of known for being a mess and drinking a lot and being a woman. And he kind of, like, laughed and was like, oh, yeah, you're right. And I was like, oh, like, you agreed with me. You agreed with me very quickly. You did not have to. You did not have to agree with me so quickly. So I knew my worth. I think I've been thinking a lot about why I've only been in good relationships. But I've been in, I guess, pretty bad ones, like, where I was, like, substantially mistreated, I think. And people say a lot, like, people like to say things like, you get what you deserve, basically. Like, that if I have low self-esteem, I'm going to let somebody, like, abuse me or take advantage of me or whatever, because, like, that's what I think I'm worth. And, like, so there's, like, so part of that is true, I think, but it's being kind of, the perspective is off. The framing shouldn't be on me, that, like, it's because I have low self-esteem that I'm letting these things happen. Like, the framing is that I've been told consistently since I was like 10 years old that I have no value. And so that is actually why, like, that is why I have low self-esteem. And, like, that is why I, like, seek out the approval of men or, like, enter into those relationships and that kind of a thing. It's definitely, like, the system was in place before I had low self-esteem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I was, like, 2 or whatever, like, I did not have low self-esteem. Like, I just loved myself and loved my little baby body and didn't think about the parts of my body being terrible or ugly or worthless. That's something that you learn, that society teaches you are. So, yeah. So I just want to make that clear. Like, I accept it. Like, there are a lot of ways in which I accept things that have happened to me. And I also accept my role. Like, I accept that because we don't live in a perfect society, in order for me to have the things that I want, I have to work to get them. So I understand that. But I also understand that I should not be blamed for being a product of a system that oppresses me. It's not my fault, guys. It's just not. It's not my fault. And it's not yours. Like, it's not your fault that you were assaulted. Like, it's not your fault that you were abused. Like, it's not your fault that you were on the receiving end of an oppressive system. Like, it was designed that way. It was designed to mess with you. Like, it was designed to have that blow to your self-esteem. And as women, like, women of color, like, especially, like, we have to, like, be there for each other. Like, in a really raw and deep way. Like, we have to know that, like, we can't put each other down for being on the receiving end of an oppressive system. It's just because we weren't able to, like, magically, like, fight against it or find a way around it or whatever. Like, if we gave into the system, like, it's not our fault. Like, it was, like, a trap. Like, it was there and it was a trap, and it was trying for us to be trapped in it, you know? Like, it was, like, I don't blame myself. And I really don't think other people should either. Of course, we have to work together to, like, build up our self-esteem, to feel like dark skin is beautiful and that curvy bodies are beautiful and, or, like, just fucking acceptable. like that, like, we have to help each other love ourselves. And we really have to do a better job about not blaming each other for not. Like, it's just not our fault. It's not. It's not. So, I just wanted to put that out there because I think that, you know, I don't know, even in the most woke communities, there are these, like, respectability politics, and there are these, like, things that happen, you know, like, it's not because, like, I'm some weak person that, like, I think that I'm worth so little. Like, it's that I've been told that, you know, since I was, like, very young, in a multitude of different ways. And, you know, you cope with the system how you can, but, like, because there are these patterns, like, It's easy to be like consistently dragged down and then like fall into the pattern that the system wants you to fall into. So yeah, I'm becoming repetitive now, but like, it's important to say again, like, this dynamic that like I just somehow, you know, like popped up into the world like a tulip, like in the spring, like with a really low self-esteem out of the blue for no reason, like, is absurd. Like, it's absurd, you know. I don't deserve this, you don't deserve this, and we didn't deserve any of the things that have happened to us. And we all need to work together to make it better. And I think that the Me Too movement is great, and it's too bad that one individual, you know, can't speak up against someone. But that's not how it works. You know, you need collective action, and many times, even with, like, you know, the Junot Diaz stuff, like, people are still gonna buy his books. Like, I might even still buy his books. Like, we love men. We love men in our society. So, I hope that you all have a great day, and I really hope that you try hard today to just tell yourself and remind yourself that you are not at fault, and you're pretty cool, and you're probably very brave. All right, goodbye, y'all.